we are here to continue our lifelong learning with the youth of today. The 80 learners here who are undergoing a specially designed Earn and Learn Industry Sponsorship Program, which was launched by AIMSMET ICM UK back in September 2017. I must also thank the Honourable Minister of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution, for giving his ministry full endorsement this week in his office by recognizing AIMSMET Lifestyle Service located here in this university as ICM UK Skills Apprenticeship Centre. Here in this university and AIMSMET is where innovation of learning is incubated and implemented. Here is where living skills is nurtured. Here is where real practical skills is trained. Here is where reskilling and upskilling is mentored by practitioners. Here is where the paradigm shift of education and training is assimilated. The puzzle would be incomplete without the Institute of Commercial Management's involvement. Therefore, ICM UK has approved AIMSMET Global as the approved center to deliver the professional programs, some of which are tailor-made for the need of our various industry. And some of you 80 people are now doing the retail, hospitality and business courses, approved by ICM UK. Ladies and gentlemen, after, as planned, you'll be listening to various panel speakers comprising of experts in the various fields later. We are hopeful that all of us will benefit from each on how we should prepare our youth towards building our beloved nation. A nation void of skilled talent is a nation that is bleak. Hence, let us all play our various role to prepare them for our nation building. I'm very sure the speakers that are here today on the forum theme, a paradigm shift in education and training, the skill apprenticeship model, will engage us actively later to come up with solutions to narrow the misfits in learning and job creation. I would like to thank Dr. Chef Wan, Dr. Winindu, Dr. Sri Michael Kang, who I've been pestering him for 1 week, and finally he said, okay, am I supposed to come? And last night when I met him at the dinner, he said, what am I supposed to talk? An experienced person normally would say that. I must also take this opportunity to thank ACT, led by the founder and CEO, Ms. Tiffany Lim, who has worked closely with AIMSMET Global to go around the nation to meet school leavers and parents, and I understand some of the parents are here, to share on the Earn and Learn scheme and to place them with appropriate industry partners, many of you who are present today. AIMSMET Global's mission is to all the students of ICM UK is that when you embark with this ISP program, Industry Sponsorship Program, your aims in lifelong learning and training has already been met, and that is the motto of AIMSMET. Last but not least, I must also thank AIMSMET passionate team led by Ms. Alice Huang, Alex Hu, Nico, and Kingsley for working continuously to give the best to the learners. Kingsley, our senior lecturer, and his team of coaches, and Nico, our student affairs manager, has often feedbacked to AIMSMET regarding your progress. With that, I'd like to wish everybody a good panel forum ahead, and once again, salam terima kasih kepada semua.
So we are here to serve you. That's what we're here for. We're going to talk a little bit later about some changes in education, and I want to share with you some research that I found, and also about something that's happening in the UK, which is quite exciting. There's such a correlation with what we're doing here in Malaysia, so I'm very pleased to be able to introduce that to you as well. But please ask questions today. That's about listening to you. One of the most important things I can do here is to listen to the students, because without the students there would be no ICM. So I want to listen to what do you like, what do you not like, what can we do differently, how can we improve. So please feel encouraged to raise your hand and ask any questions that you want to ask. Does anybody have any questions just yet before we start? Not yet. Okay. We'll get warmed up later on. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
First of all, I must take this opportunity to congratulate AIMSMET Lifestyle Service on the endeavor to focus on the skill training and apprenticeship for the school leavers who are unable to fit into the academic route into the institution. It's therefore timely. The AIMSMET Lifestyle Science Service is endorsed by the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs and the Institute of Commercial Management, United Kingdom, as the Skill Apprenticeship Center to provide the alternative mode of training for the youth. I would like to share my own experience when I was in Penang. Before I became the CEO of the ASEAN Program Malaysia, I was actually attached to the Chief Minister's office in Penang. That time, the Chief Minister was YB Lin A. We were together at Monash University in Melbourne. That's why we become friends. So he was asking me that time to help him some of the programs, especially the welfare program. I was also in charge of the special program, or what we call top-up program for the hardcore poor. So I'm quite familiar with this program in Penang. What we did in Penang was, we have those students who did not do well in their SPM. Some of them didn't even have the proper certificate. Maybe 2 passes and the rest are failed, you know. But they are the unfortunate pockets of society where could be because of the environment, the family, you know, or whatnot. They cannot attain the proper academic qualification to enter local university or whatnot. But they are from the poor family. So in order to give them a chance, this program in Penang, similar to what you're doing here, where we collaborate with SMEs, the small medium enterprise and companies in Penang, where they give you a job, they employ you, giving you like 1,000 ringgit per month. But at the same time, during the weekend, like Saturday or Sunday, you were supposed to spend 5 hours in skill training for paid by the companies who employ them. I think similar that we're doing here. And by 6 months' time, they were given a certificate by this UK company. I think probably we will talk later with Mr. Ford. He knows something. And there was another company by the German Institute, also similar like TVET. So by the end of like 1 or 2 years, these students who did not do well in academics, by then they already become supervisor of the company in the factories and whatnot. Probably getting what, 3,500 per month. So I want to tell you, students, my beloved children, don't despair. You have hope. What's the most important is what you want to be. Okay? So even though your academic is not par excellent, but there are always many opportunities in this country that can propel you to a much higher level in society. It all depends on you. What do you really want? You want to succeed in life. It doesn't mean that you have to be excellent in academics. I have a friend, I would like to share, who did not even finish his primary school. Did not even finish his primary school. Yeah? His father was very poor. He lived during his childhood under the bridge, near the station. Okay? But you know, now, today, he owns 17 Petronas petrol stations. His bank balance in the account never less than 5 million ringgit. Okay? He owned special company that he developed special program for all the Petronas petrol station in communicating with Petronas. That alone earned him 180,000 a month. You can imagine, $180,000 a month, having no proper education. And today, he even gives lectures at USM, at UKM, for those people who want to retire early to be entrepreneurs. And the people was asking him, which university did you graduate? He can speak English very well. But he said, no, I did not even finish high school. And people did not believe him. These are a living example of non-academic performers who excel in life, and I think you should be motivated by that kind of story. I come from very poor family. My father died when I was 3 years old. That was 1960. By the way, I'm 62 already, okay? I don't hide my age. Can you imagine that 1960, there was nothing. There was no factories. There was not even proper transportation, no buses that ply the country route. So my mother, being uneducated, she had to struggle. She has to become the father, the mother, and the worst of all, the sole breadwinner of the family. I went to school having nothing, no money, right? I only drink pipe water from the canteen. But I'm another good living example of poverty is not the stumbling block for success. Okay? I went to Monash University in Melbourne. So I went, and then I graduated in computer science. One of the first at the time in 1980, I joined IBM. You know, IBM is one of the most prestigious companies in the world at the time, the number one in terms of profit, in terms of yield, in terms of everything. Okay? Then I left IBM after 8 years, joined another company, joined Pernas for a while, and do my own business. I opened restaurants, I have pharmacies, I have asset and fund management companies in Hong Kong and Switzerland at that time. So what I'm not trying to brag myself, but I'm telling you, if you want something, go for it. Don't listen to the negative comment from your peers, your friends, your family members. Be focused on what you want to do. You are now given a very good opportunity by this AIMSMET to further your ambition. Do it well. There's nothing better than hard work. There's nothing better than perseverance. There's nothing better than you really have to be committed to what you wanted to do. And I think, just to share a bit of what Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia is all about, because that's what I was asked to explain a little bit, okay? Now, I started with Datuk Sri Saifuddin Nasution in 2017 in Penang. We started Mutiara Food Bank. We have nothing, no budget, nothing, okay? What we did was, we rolled up our 4x4 truck, went to Tesco, we collect all the surplus food from the bakery, so we get some bread, some of those cookies and whatever they have that they were not able to sell, either because of their policy that those things which are not going to expire in 2-3 years they cannot sell. Some of the produce, meaning vegetables and fruits, okay, because of the quality control that they have. See, like Tesco, a very prestigious company, they will not sell cucumber that is a bit bangkok, chilies will have some black dots and things like that, out of shapes, So typically, if we were not there, all these products, all this produce end up in the landfill, not to the empty stomach of the hungry people, the needy people. So what we did actually, we rescue this surplus food, which are good to consume, to the needy. We have the two spectrums. There is this surplus food in the country, in fact in the world. Food production is on the increase. So therefore, food surplus is also on the increase. No matter what you do, even you have industrial 4 technology, you have AI, artificial intelligence, you have blockchain technology. But when it comes to food production, the companies that are actually producing this food, they keep on producing because the world population keep increasing. Okay? No matter what you do, there will always be surplus food. Now, if you read the SW Corp statistic, on average, daily, there are 15,000 tons of waste food. And out of the 15,000 tons, you know what a ton means? Is 1,000 per ton is 1,000 kilo. Okay? So 1 ton is actually 1 million kilo, basically. Alright? So you're talking about 15,000 tons. So 50 million kilos, I think. Now, out of that 15,000 tons, 3,000 tons, and these are the figure from 2017, you know. So I'm sure by now it's already increased. 3,000 tons of surplus food are good to consume. It's still good. You can talk to Professor Dato' Chef Wan. We have been to Selayang, Pasar Borong, right? You know how much fresh wood, vegetable and fruit that were wasted and land up in the landfill every day? 2 trucks. 2 trucks. That will cause environmental hazard. It produces ammonia and methane. And the government had to spend billions of dollars to clean up the environment. Okay? We have to be aware of this, okay? And that 3,000 tons of surplus food that are still good to consume can actually feed 2 million people. Here we have the B40 group. I'm sure some of you guys, my beloved students, you come from the B40. Okay? The B40 is being categorized as 3,000 and below, which is so still not real representative of the poverty in Malaysia. I do agree with the United Nations representative statement that our PJK, Paras Garis Kemiskinan, the poverty line index is not correct. Okay? It has to be more because that will reflect the actual cost of living. Right? The cost of living is very high now. But you can imagine, after 1 year, food bank is in operation. We can only save up to now 1,840 tons. Just a tiny bit, not even a day. Not that the day is 3,000 tons. You can imagine during Ramadan, you can imagine during other festivals, right? During the wedding. In Malaysia, whether it's Chinese wedding, Malay wedding, Indian wedding, we always produce more food, right? Because the host is just so scared that if their guests come, they don't have food. So they make sure if they order for 1,000, the caterer will always be asked, you prepare 1,200, 20% more. But it ends up 50% are wasted. Now we have come up with another technology we call viral in the social media about UC Malaya student have to tie his or her stomach for not having enough money to buy food. And he or she was hospitalized. That became a very big issue. And out of that meeting, we were asked, food bank was asked to go into university. So it was a policy decision at that time, way back in February this year. Food bank have to go to universities. We opened food bank in universities. we start with IPTA, the Institute of Pengajian Tinggi Awam. Alright? So that's government universities. We have managed 19 of them so far. There are two concepts. Number one, we have food pantry. It's just like a mini market, small, like 20 feet area, provided by the university. They have to provide us with the database, who are the post students who need this food. And then we have donors that are willing to come, or even sponsors, like Nestle. They sponsor two universities, UITM and UKM. Those poor students from the B40 group will come to the food pantry, they will take whatever they need. They have proper database. And we have done in the 19 universities, we have benefited about 6,500 students so far. Next year, we're going to go further. 123 universities, IPTS, IPG, and also Polytechnic. That are going to be a huge task for me next year. So, the government is trying its very best actually to lower the cost of living. See, at the community level, in Penang, all the those we have done the food banking, community food banking. But the problem with food banking in this country, it is very much supply driven. It's not demand driven. But when the announcement being made, we approach the community. What actually happened on it? The demand has increased. It's not the other way around. So we have this paradox. Food banking is supply driven, but the demand is now pushed up. So how do we balance that? So we have passed a law recently, a Good Samaritan law, like the UK did, France did. What we call the Food Donor Protection Act. What this act means is this: we protect the donors from any civil liabilities if anything happens. So we're hoping that the donors will start to be motivated and come up to give more donation, the surplus food. The problem with food banking is this: the donors, especially those brands that are world class, world famous, like Nestle, KFC, McDonald's, and whatnot, they have built the branding for the past like 100 years or so. The one thing that they are afraid is they give this free food, and suddenly they are being sued by people for food poisoning and whatnot. That was scares them most. They rather pay contractors to dispose of their surplus, land up in landfill. So we have moved away from that fear now by having this protection law. So hoping that there will be an increase in donation. The next stage is going to be tax exemption or tax incentive for the donors. I visited South Africa a month ago. We visited Cape Town. There are two food banks there, but all run by NGO. One is called the Gift of the Givers. The other one is Food Forward. In UK they call it Fair Share. I'm sure I don't know Fair Share. So there they have experience what 50 years I think in Fair Share. In Fair Share have a big gudang, big ground where they have all the donors send the surplus food there. They have franchise it, like Fair Share, Liverpool, Fair Share in Britain, like that. We have not come to that stage yet, but we have already started our own DC, distribution center. It will be one. We have started mobile food banking. We are now at the process of virtual food banking, which is another level. In South Africa, they have this Food Forward. They have virtual food banking. What they did is they connect between the donors and the recipient, all online, by having a simple app. using SMS technology only because they're afraid that in some parts of the country they couldn't get a proper broadband access. So that is something that we're trying to do. I'm really hoping that the industry will get a very good reception, especially from the NGOs, because in the end, the government has to back off. Now, yes, we have to start. For your information, Malaysia is the only country and the first country for doing food banking with the government initiative. The rest of the world doing food banking by NGOs, nothing to do with the government. So when we started this, the MFN, the big organization that having the umbrella, they was talking about what is happening in Malaysia. They think the minister is either a crazy person or a visionary person. So when they visited us, we give them the briefing, they said, sorry, actually we are wrong about you. You are the visionary leader because we started this by the government, you see. And if you listen in the recent budget recently, I was given 35 million for food bank, which is huge for food banking industry in Indonesia. Okay, after having said all that, I think I must make my speech short. I was told by Charles that most of these school labels come from the B40 group and various parts of Malaysia, and they are pleased to be able to benefit from this earn and learn model and eventually graduate with an ICM professional qualification. Let me share you some of those things that I think I will talk about. In understanding the plight of these students, I would like to thank both AIMSMET and ACT for wanting to participate and donate to the funding of the project. Once again, I must thank Prof, and I wish all of you a successful panel forum. Thank you very much.
That is truly a very informative and comprehensive speech. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Wahab Long. Okay, so sir, Mr. Abdul Wahab Long, we would like to proceed with the chat presentation. Could you please stand in front of the board backdrop? We would like to invite AIMSMET and ACT to present a mock check of 20,000 ringgit Malaysia to Yayasan Food Bank Malaysia. Members of the media, is everything okay? Took all the photos already?
Okay. Alright, hair become a very lucrative industry. Yeah, those days people only think about barber shop. Yeah, so cutting people's hair seems to be very crazy and so on. But I think that people have lived that industry, and because of her, many other brands has come forward. I wouldn't mention about other brands. Right, Datuk Sri Michael Khan. Datuk Sri Michael Khan is the president of SME. He controls about 200.
First of all, I like to wish, of course, everyone good morning and warm welcome to all our VIP and speakers. You know, I usually don't like my opening speech be dia panjang too long, just straight to the point. You know? These last few years, I had such an incredible and wonderful experience. Not only lecturing, teaching in various universities as an adjunct professor, but also to see how the industry in the hospitality has really grown up and mushroomed. Being part of the what we call that culinary advisor for the Malaysian International Gourmet Festival. As some of you probably know, this is a yearly Pesta Makanan, yearly food festival where we gather all the top restaurants, you know, successful restaurants as well, many of them, and then we have event where we challenge all the chefs, you know, to come up with very creative recipes during the festival. Usually happen around October, November, and then people get to eat at all the restaurants, get to know the chefs. At the same time, also we introduce all the wonderful cuisine from all the restaurants. And being on television, that was my job basically, to go out to introduce, you know, the chef about town, to talk about their passion, their cuisine, their restaurant, and what makes, you know, them successful. And with that, we give that to everyone, so everyone comes and taste the food, they pay for it. So that's the festival that they take. At the festival, we give all kinds of awards for best chef, best restaurant, best cuisine and also, and I can go on and on. And then over the years, BYM on television for the last 28 years, 28 tahun, a TV star, much longer than Jamie Oliver, Nigella, Gordon Ramsay, all that. Even when I did stuff with Rick Stein as well, filming all over Rick Stein, and even with Anthony Bourdain, and the director says to me, "Oh my gosh, Chef Wan," he said, "you practically knocked everyone dead." I said, "What do you mean by that?" He said, "I mean, there's no script, and something that I need for 1 hour, you give 50 minutes, so precise, and everything is so fun and entertaining, all that." And he said, "Obviously, you've been on television for the longest time, I think." I said, "Yeah, 20 years." Yeah. So anyway, so that alone have given me an incredible experience, working not just, domestically, but also internationally, all over the world. And having to work with also many TV chefs all over the world, going to many TV stations. At the same time, also my appointment, I think more than 15 years ago, officially by the King and the Prime Minister and Minister of Tourism as the Food Ambassador of Malaysia, representing not just Tourism Malaysia, Malaysian Airline, and also the Malaysian International Trade Board, or Maltrade, which takes me to so many parts of the world, representing the government, promoting all sorts of food products all over the world to brand, our Malaysian product for Maltrade. Just opened my new restaurant called D1, a very simple Malay restaurant, but very nice. And we've been full house for almost 6 months. Non-stop, yeah. So I've not heard any restaurant in Kuala Lumpur who's been full house for 6 months. Literally 600 packs every night, yeah. Literally, okay, lunch and dinner and high tea, and it's incredible. We don't even have alcohol. No alcohol lah, because cannot haram lah kan. Cannot haram. Cannot. You drink alcohol? A little bit. I sometimes by accident drink also lah. But then you halal it lah, So anyway, it happened. So the thing is, and that alone was such an incredible experience for me, to run the restaurant and to make it successful and all that. And because of that, we've just won a few awards recently in FHM, 4 gold, 2 silver, then we entered the competition. We won like 8 gold medals and all that. So they also selected us as the best Malay restaurant. So wonderful, yeah? Now going back to that, I noticed, during the 6 months I was running our restaurant, I had to fire 7 chefs. So imagine, if you think Gordon Ramsay is Hell's Kitchen, wait till you see my kitchen is more go to hell, Imagine to fire 7 chefs in 56 days. I'm so fussy now, because you know what, I want to keep my standard, kan? Because my restaurant is shooted by the Prime Minister, by all the Raja, by the Sultan, that, the politician, corporates and all that, it has to be good, kan? And all the ambassadors will come, to entertain, so we have to keep that. So then I realized, during that time that our food, kan, memang sedap, tapi many of the chefs that was around, they can actually learn even to make simple, good traditional Malay cuisine. Even simple asam pedas, out of 20 chefs that I interviewed and test them out, they failed. They failed, And I said, mak kau tak masak asam pedas kat rumah ke? I said, your mother don't cook asam pedas kan? This is something like we do, like on toast, something that you do daily. And I'm shocked. So from there, I begin to realize that, our food, our Malaysian food is going down and down and down and down. Everywhere you go is just garbage, I'm telling you, but not my restaurant. And recently, when I had to judge for the Malaysian International Gourmet Culinary Link, when we went to KLIA 1, KLIA 2, and I spent 3 days eating like 200 over dishes, like until I want to vomit already, And you know what? And out of all that restaurant that I went at KLIA, both restaurant, and I did all the review with 7 chefs and all that, I'm telling you, 70% can close up. 70%! Fail! It was awful! Even our Malay Nyonya food, everything cannot be proper, laksa, cendol, macam, And I told the chef, I said, are you kidding me? This is your kwetiau goreng, this is your fried dish, this is your laksa Nyonya. Siapa cikgu kau? Kan? It was awful. And they charged a bomb some more, So that's why, just not here lah, but we seem that we have, wow, great food, this so good, all that. Tapi marah pula bila Singapore dapat street food bagus. Kan? And we wonder why when our food is slowly going down and down and down. So when I saw that, so the shifting now these days, I notice, from a lot of our young trend people, right? They are not interested anymore in makanan warisan, traditional. Don't care. Everybody just like to just cincai-cincai kerja like McDonald's, buat salad, just throw pasta inside, then goyang-goyang sikit, that's it. And then they put the money balik. Nobody wants to sit down and spend hours to peel onion, kopek, to peel lemongrass, to think, oh my God, it's a lot of work, Some of our spices, one curry alone, some of our gulai, for example, the kuzi kami in Johor, has 23 different spices. If your chefs come and work in Malaysia, they die lah. Because yours are not on TV a lot. They just put olive oil, they put the fish, then they just turn around like, oh yes. And now we put a couple of this, and now we put a couple of that, and then, oh yeah, this is so delicious. Oh Lord, give me a break. Kan? Salad ni macam daun salad ni macam daun kambing. If you look at our kerabu, oh my God, how intricate the recipe. Kan? It's tough to master Malaysian cuisine. It's not easy. So I begin to see that because of all that, many of our Malaysian chefs are now not well trained, not enough information, they don't have passion anymore. So I was thinking, how can we elevate this and help to start a good culinary school? So when I saw that, I said, wow. Then I think it was 7 years, I went to look at all the hospitality school. The problem in Malaysia now here, if you want to become a chef, titled chef, you have to take a diploma, and of course you have to go to 2.5 or 3 years and then you get a diploma in chef. And you wouldn't believe, everything that you study, diploma in chef, 95% of it, or some 90%, is Western cuisine. French based. And then when they graduate, let's say 100 chef graduate, I found out also now, out of 100 chef graduate over the years, how many of them went into the Asian kitchen? Oh my God, 70% went into the Asian kitchen. They end up as head chef of coffee house, Malay this, Malay that, Chinese that, Indian, whatever, after taking a diploma, And then after that, I asked all the chefs, now that you're in the Malay kitchen, coffee house kitchen, banquet, Asian kitchen, all that, what do you do with all what you're studying, all that, or study French, study Swiss, study Italian, all that? What do you do? 3 years, okay? We didn't use the recipe. Then what do you learn? Masak aja, masak merah. So when I spoke to the Minister of Education, what the hell is this? We are giving the wrong education to our chef. So why bother to learn French, learn this, learn British, learn whatever shit? And then you know what, you end up in Asian kitchen. You might as well give them the training Asian kitchen now. So that's why now, I'm planning with Universiti Utara in Langkawi to start the first Asian Culinary Academy. So this academy dedicated to Asian cuisine. Why just Malaysia alone? Because we are the crossroad of all that. So you take a 3-year diploma or whatever, so you learn Thai, Indonesian, Malaysian, all the regional cuisine, Padang, everything, a bit of Japanese, a bit of Indonesian, and we have Indian, Northern Indian, so all put together. So that the chef will graduate with diploma in Asian chef study. So when you focus on that Asian study, and then you go lah, you work lah in Malaysian kitchen, kan? So this is more. So that's why I felt like, for many years, our education went the wrong place. Seriously. Yeah, so that's why I think the shifting now these days is like, we really need to change our education system to really educate our chef, to really learn and respect, and of course, get the skill from the Asian culinary arts. Because all our grandmother, nenek semua sudah mati dah. Sudah mati, sudah mampus. I punya grandmother semua sudah mati semua. Yang tinggal I am 62, all now like that. And then all the young, if I go, all these young chefs, I don't know nothing, Imagine that. Because there are not many passionate people like me already. And where do you hand over all this skill? Because I don't understand. Here we are, our Asian culture, tapi we are not taking pride of it. We're so proud when somebody is white, Oh, they think white people so beautiful, Yeah, like all the girls, they see white men, and they're like, wow. But now they change to black already. When you change to black, you never come back again. So that's why it's so important now for us to change our system, our education thing, especially in hospitality when it comes to chefs. Because we need to really shake this up And then I told the Kementerian all that, to change, and that's why I want to start the Asian Culinary Academy, so that we can train our local chefs, our street food people, because we complain so much about the street food being terrible, handled by the Bangladesh, the Indian and all. Come on, education, can you stop people to learn? It's so ridiculous when you stop some other bangsa to come. Like when I go to France, no French people say, hey, you cannot learn because you're not French. You're not Japanese, you cannot come to Tokyo to learn Japanese food. Boleh ke? Malaysia only say, you don't come to Penang, If you cannot, you tak boleh bahasa Penang. Only orang Penang boleh bahasa Penang. Only Malaysia tau. Malaysia, you can stop people education like that. I don't understand that, So that's why the only thing here is start a culinary institute, put all the street food inside there, so whoever want to train all their tukang masak, send them. So that we have all the best kway teow, best this, best whatever, all under one roof. So preserve that. Now that's number one. And number two, do you realize in Malaysia, we don't have any special document books or encyclopedia, especially on Malay food. Tak ada. Everything all those you ask, but we don't have any. So when the French have their own La Ruche Gastronomique, all their books and all that, we don't. So that's why right now, I'm also trying to work to put together before I go This what they call this about the first Melayu punya encyclopedia. So that we document everything inside there, so that we can use it for future reference. You'll be so surprised. We think Malaysia so progress, but when it comes to food, tak ada. It's like one got head, like when you have a train, you have this train, but the kepala kereta api, the head of train is not there. So everybody going, don't know what direction. Seriously, I'm shocked after so many years. And we have all these hospitals and school everywhere, tak ada kan? So that's why things are really not in the good side. So that's why we need to change our education system, back to be proud of our Asian heritage, give that knowledge with skill, keep that, document all this, so that in the future we can pass down. And no wonder banyak-banyak orang semua tak minat belajar, tak masak, because nobody is teaching the right thing. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Datuk, no, it's okay. I thought you can go on, right? But there from UK is looking at me and checking whether he should fly back immediately. Takut nanti you goreng dia. Okay, now I would like to invite Datin Winnie, to share his thoughts. I'm sure Datin Winnie will not be much longer than Dato' Sherman.
I promise, short and sweet. Good morning, everyone. Since Chef Wan took 5 minutes from us, we will minus 5 minutes ourselves. We were, Dato' Sri Michael and we was talking. If he finished half an hour, we will talk only 5 minutes. Anyway, I think I still have a good 12 minutes or so. You see, what happened is, many of you here may not know I'm a hairdresser, or everyone knows? In case you do not know, cutting hair for a living is actually my forte. But why am I holding the mic today? I'd like to represent AIMSMET as a student of AIMSMET. I really humble myself. I have never gone to university. I must say that I am very blessed with a pair of scissors that make me go places, and being the longest ever that I have been successful in whatever I do, which is artistic. So 10 years ago when I sent my son to Melbourne Uni, I asked him, son, why are all the people there not young like you? They are all like very senior people, very hardworking, under every trees and areas, marking books and studying. He said, Mom, please, these are students. I told parents waiting for students. No, they are here for their professor, their masters, whatever they are pursuing. It dawns on me that, yes, I feel so sad. When my father wanted me to be a professional person, I chose hairdressing. Because I told him that if you allow me to do hair, I will shine and be a cut above the rest. But of course, I didn't say the word a cut above the rest. I said, I will be a very outstanding hairdresser, which I proved and I did. I just celebrated a cut above 40 years, leading the brand to where we are, and we never gave up. A lot of challenges along the way in life. I think hair is like what Professor Joe just said, never been looked upon, very undermined. for all you apprentices here, whatever you go through, there will be challenges in life. People will say this is not good, this is no good. And hair was exactly in that category. It's like, what happened? You cannot study, you don't have brains, or you're this, you are that. So it's because people noted us as school dropped out, but I beg to differ. Actually, I graduated in Stanford College, doing business and everything, but I did not pursue. So it was a little bit of a luck over matters, but actually I really was so happy when I was deferred a year to go to uni in New Zealand. That triggers my intention, and I took hairdressing instead, because that one I went to the British Council and speed up and finish it in 1 year. But because of that, I regretted I never stepped back to uni. And that is the biggest mistake I did in my life, and I said, why did I not study 3 more years? I'll be only 21 or 22 max and still do hair. Then I will be even a better student. But it doesn't really matter. Sometimes in life, as long as you just keep pursuing, I stood out in the hair industry. And that moment of time, I felt in life, if you stood out, it's good enough. But something triggers me, like what I mentioned 10 years back, that I have not fulfilled a bucket list. A bucket list which I feel that whatever we do, we have an ability to do something better. So in the end, I choose to do something great for myself. The bucket list is near ticking off. I should graduate December 10. Yeah, my professor, Dr. Fasil, is sitting there. I should graduate, and I want to represent some of my classmates, my course mates, I would say. They are all seated there, coming by here to support me. I said, no lah, support the uni, not just support me. Because I was like chosen to speak, because I love the mic. It's sometimes very funny in life. We just do something better as time goes by. So AIMSMET has given me my aim in my life, that I know that I can still do it. Whether the thesis is at the very best, but I know I did it myself with all the referencing. And I think these 15 months when I graduate, will be 15 months, has been the best time of my life, because I acquire and I met another new set of friends, which they are academically, and they are people who still push. And I think in life, to me, lifelong learning, which I think I fall into the category of lifelong learning. Just now, the gentleman, I didn't get his name, I'm sorry. He's left? Mr. Wahab, he left?
No, he's helping out.
Oh, okay. He mentioned he's 62, and I proudly say I'm 63. I'm still older than him. And I have never shy about age, because you know what? I'm the oldest in my class. But I think I was the active one. Because you see, it's not about the age. Whatever it is, when we want to pursue something, lifelong learning is really, as long as your brain can take you through, you can research, you can do things, you can do it well, go for it. So whoever is seated here who have not pursued something which you wanted to, whether it's just a degree in something, or a master in something, or maybe a PhD, my head has not been permanently damaged. I perhaps can still have time to Google, to search, and to reference certain things, that one day I may stand here and say, you know what, I actually did my PhD, but for now, I'm very happy with what I'm pursuing. The IEMBA is really a fantastic thing. And yes, to add on, I want to thank my very supportive classmates. Sometimes they are forever there. We have our very fantastic lecturer, Kingsley, who really was very caring. Because I think sometimes in life, it's so important that while I walk the path of student again, I said, I have Professor Fasil, Dr. Fasil, Kingsley, and so many who didn't come by. I think they are the one who guide us. We are good enough in the marketplace. but we're not good enough when we want to put it into a thesis. So with everyone here, I eventually will graduate, and I want to thank the people who guide me, and yeah, once again, thank you so much.
So I think it's very important. I really to come over because I feel that a lot of SME come to me, complain, they always tell me that currently all the students graduate or whatever, whether you are diploma or university graduate, they are facing all these graduate a lot of problem, communication problem or the skill problem. Or yes, the student they will graduate, they have very good knowledge in their field, but their lack of implementation, they cannot gel with the industry, what industry want. They cannot implement like we talk about, I think the latest they talk about Industry 4.0. A lot of students graduate, they are very good in the knowledge when they study IoT, they study computer science or whatever, they study robotics, but when come to the job, they're facing a big problem. They're facing the communication, they can't apply their skill into the company, what the actual company want is, this is the communication breakdown. I think the apprenticeship is very important. When they have, whatever you learn, I think the job now, I think the new way of learning, the industry one, I think because of internet world, because of the digital, I think a lot of things, the shipping, the whole education system need to change. We are no longer like the old generation. During our generation when we study, even today you want to be a chef, you need to go to the kitchen to learn for 5 years from how to wash the veggie and only start until by then you know how to be the master chef. You're already 10 years down the road. But now I think you don't need. You have to go to university, you study like Jia you mentioned. 3 years you got a diploma, you go to the kitchen to learn very fast. Or internet now, you can go to Google, you want to make a cake, you get all the recipe. Before you don't get it. That is why we are talking about, I'm talking about that here. If there's the new learning way like UK, like Germans, even now, I just came back from Taiwan. I also talked to, they also discuss about youth, how to put the youth into how to link the youth with the entrepreneur or to the company. The same thing. They're coming up the skill, they're learning 2 days in the university, 3 days in the industry to learn. Then they can learn both sides. What is the entrepreneur, how the company, how the factories are running, what they learn. Then they have this experience, they go back to the university. When the moment they learn, they can consult lecturers, ask the lecturers how to do it. This is why I think Winnie Lu, when he studied this 1 in 15 months, I think you learn more faster than anybody else because she has this experience, in the marketplace. So what in her business way. So when they come to the school, colleges or university, they learn, then they can put together. I think this is very important. New models of the skill, this is why I always encourage, the student now have to go to the industry. Not only you are in the industry, you have to learn the other way of skill, not from the theoretical, practical way. How to apply your theory into the practical way. Are totally different. During my time, when I studied university, the time same thing. When I study, I saw the same, like almost same age with Winnie. So when I studied university, every semester, school holidays, we will definitely we do ourselves. We apply the job. 3 months to work at the factory, to work at the company, different field, to learn our experience. Then when we go to the school, go back to university when we know what is going on, And I study mechanical, the same thing. When I study mechanical, electrical, electronic, the same thing, I move the same thing. This is very important. I think the new way of skill learning in the university, you should gel with the industry one, so that our economy will pick up very fast. So industry can the moment you graduate, I think a lot of private university now, a lot of even you can Sita College, I think before they graduate, 6 months before, already book, industry already book all the students, to get here, you come to their company to work. This is a way to move forward so that the industry can have the talent to help them to move to the next step. And this is very important. Malaysia got more than millions of SME. I think we need a lot of manpower, especially when it comes to the modernization, when it comes to digitization, or skilled or experienced and knowledgeable people. I think this is very important. That's why I think this program is very good. I really appreciate what the industry Jeff, you have doing on this program. Here, I think enough. I think I'll cut short my speech.
Miss Tiffany, the director of the SCT, and Mr. Adapro, the CEO of ASEAN UK, and then the VIP, and also the member of media, and also my dearest friend. Good morning. My name is Loji, come from Taipei Perak, 20 years old. I have been involved in this program is around 1 year. I study diploma in business management. So first of all, why I will join this program is because my family, the economic situation is not very well. So I choose this program that is able me to work and study at the same time. So I no need to worry about my hostel fee, and also the tuition fee and my living expenses. Yeah. So my first job interview is going to Chatterbox, which is a restaurant. That actually this is my first job in F&B industry. So I started as a waitress and then learn all the basic things and then know the SOP of a restaurant. And then after 1 to 2 months, I become a cashier and also a senior, and then train their new staff and then the junior, and let the new staff from the restaurant know the SOP. So when I'm being the cashier while it is very busy time, I also must very fast and accurate to key in the customer order and settle the bill. So sometimes the restaurant is full house, it's very tired, but it's okay that it's time for us to train, right? Okay. Yeah. And then when I teach the new staff, it also train my leadership. Yeah. So very grateful that in this year of July, I already promoted to be a supervisor, and then. So I also very honored to invited by company to join them their internal meeting with other branch and the supervisor and also my boss to discuss how to improve our service and how to make the restaurant process better. So from the meeting, I actually learned a lot and also benefit me a lot. So I'm very glad to have the opportunity to join this program. And then at the study part, I also very happy to meet a very good lecturer, Kingsley. He is very patient to teach us to answer our questions. And then although sometimes it's very noisy. Okay. And then also I make a group of friends, my classmates. We are eating together after lunchtime, and also sometimes after the class, we will go out to other places to make some fun. So this made my life more meaningful. And then if didn't have the AIMSMET ICM UK and also the SCT, I wouldn't can further my study. So I really thanks them. That's my sharing today. Thank you.
Good morning. Yeah, still fresh, huh? Well, thank you, Dato' Jill, he left, for inviting me here today to speak about our establishment. I myself, Jensen, is representing, I'm the founder of the Giving Back organization, which is a fully registered NGO in Malaysia. First and foremost, I'm sorry I'm late. I think some of you saw me walking in. Because it's a very journeyful day for me today, because early in the morning I traveled down to Muar for a charity event, finished there as fast as possible and drive back here again just to meet all of you. So I was told that I have about 10 to 15 minutes. I can't run through everything about the giving bank, but I'll try to go as quick as possible. So I would like to draw your attention to the small projector screen there. So basically, our organization name is called the Giving Bank. Yes, we are a bank, but we are not the Maybank, Public Bank, CMB, but we are a charitable bank. Yeah. Our slogan here is called the bank that gives. All right, who likes that, right? Giving is loving. Next. Now this is our logo here. You can see that it derives from three different definitions. Why we crafted this logo. First, it looks like a star because we wanted to continue to shine and bring brightness to the less fortunate society. It also looks like 5 human bodies connecting with one another. This is to portray formation and togetherness. We are talking about team spirit and we are talking about unity. And last but not least, we are looking at the different shades, the different Pantone of orange. Why did we design it that way? Is because we want people to know that to remember that everyone comes from different walks of life. Agree or not? Agree, yeah? Some may be very rich, some may be poor, some may be average. And what is the key message here? The message here is to respect everyone, whether if they are big or small, rich or poor. Humility is very, very important. Now this is what our logo is all about. So a little bit about the Giving Bank. We are very new. We registered ourselves in December 2016. We are in November now, early November 2019. That makes us not 3 years old yet, very soon to 3 years when we touch December. We are a Malaysian-owned NGO, and currently our reach out is throughout the entire Malaysia, including Sabah and Sarawak. But we have big dreams, we have big plans. We plan to bring the Giving Bank international as well. Right now we are speaking to a few countries like Zimbabwe, Cambodia, Hong Kong, and many more. Now, the Giving Bank is a non-biased organization. When I say non-biased organization, it means that we basically help anyone and everyone. So long as it's legit, they are really in financial constraint, we are there to support them. Alright? Our main pillars as follows. We cover a lot in health, education, humanity, culture, and recently we also embarked on the environmental division as well. I am a very strong believer in health and education. We have been doing a lot of activation under this area because health, number one, is the most important. Without health, we cannot do anything. Agree? Yeah. And education is where I am today here. Alright? Because I'm also a very strong believer that only education can stop poverty. Only education can bring the generation to prosperity. Yeah? So this is what we focus on. Next. So where are we? We started off in Selangor. Our HQ is in Sri Petaling, not too far away from here. And you can see some of our quarters, our extended base. We are in Pulau Pinang, we're in Kedah, we're in Terengganu, we're in Pahang, we're in Johor, we're in Sabah and Sarawak. We are expanding pretty fast. Having to say that we are not even 3 years old yet. Yeah? Well, give some clap. So I will straight go into the projects that we cater. You know, these are some of the projects references that we have done for the past 2.5 years. We have been supporting like health, for example. This is we call it ichthyosis. It's a very rare mutation skin disease. It's worse than psoriasis. Some of you have heard of psoriasis, eczema. Yeah, eczema first, psoriasis, then followed by ichthyosis. This is the third stage. So it's dry, scaly skin. Sometimes they scratch until they bleed, and you need constant medication and moisture. So we actually supported them with the medication. Next. Education, we go around schools, we detect, we work with headmasters, teachers, and PIBG. PIBG is the Persatuan Ibu dan Bapa. Yeah? We identify those children who would like to continue pursuing their studies, you know, but because they can't afford, you know, their school uniforms and everything, so we are there to engage and we are there to help them as well. Next. This is another school activation sample. So you can see me there, you can see the children with the envelope inside, there's money inside. Okay, next. This is also a very interesting project. It's called Bike to School. This is all the way in Hulu Sepang. We activated this because we detected 20 deserving children that has been walking from this village to school every day, rain or shine, every day, Monday to Friday. Rain or shine, they have been walking to school, and the distance, brothers and sisters, is no joke. They are walking about 6 kilometers every day. All right, 6 kilometers to school and 6 kilometers back home. All right, how fortunate are all of you. So we are there to activate this project with the school. We gave them bicycles. And during our activation, the headmaster actually came and whispered in my ears to say that, Jensen, actually these 20 children that you have selected are brilliant children. They are very deserving and they are high scorers in academic. Give them a clap. Walk to school every day for about 6 to 7 kilometers, yeah, times 2, and they are still top scorers in school. Thanks. This is another health project. It's for Joey Lee. She's suffering from an elephantitis disease where she has swollen leg that needs to undergo a surgery. Doesn't have a single mother. Father have passed on. Used to have insurance, but the insurance lapsed, so we came in and we supported the surgery fees. Next. During Christmas, we went to hospitals to visit the sick children, and we bring joy and happiness to them, like what Christmas is all about, even in a hospital. We visited 2 hospitals, given out 300 special toys to them. Next. This is activation together with the former Minister of Women and Family and Community Development. We engaged 7 Down syndrome children, and we actually supported them for their 1-year education fee. So these are the mock check presentation. Because Down syndrome, they cannot go to normal school because of their processing. They can't cope with the speed, in terms of learning. So they have special institution that caters for these special needs children. But these special needs children, because it's privatized, so we need to pay, and the sum is actually